Hi, welcome to the Lighthouse of Awesome. I am Michael. Today I'm going to be going over the spells of the 8th episode of Sabrina. I was hesitant to do this episode because of the resurrection spell, but I think it'll be fun to go through. Entertainment purposes only. If you do need to resurrect a body, seek medical help. Use those electric paddles or CPR. Go to the Red Cross. Learn how to save a life. So I'll start with summoning a witch because it comes in that order. And hic antum clicum apparatus produce in polcia figura humana and tortista alic. Which Sabrina uses to summon Prudence. It's actually Prudence Prudence in that first part. And it says, before the circle, wisely Prudence, the beautiful human shape twisting at some. Was the translation from Google. It's a pretty straightforward summoning spell. Where you last saw somebody, find them forward. The more complicated spell is the one that Prudence, Dorcas, Sabrina's boyfriend, or witch boyfriend, Nick, cast in order to resurrect Harvey's brother by sacrificing Agatha. And it's a pretty intense scene. The Miss Wardwell lends or encourages Sabrina to borrow what they're referring to as a Book of the Dead, but it doesn't seem to be like. So the Book of the Dead is planning to go to the afterlife for Egyptian mythology, so it seems to be more of a European version of that. And there are 3 stages of the resurrection spell. The first is Nosi Vocate, which is awaken the hounds. And that's if you call us in English. Aperitum Inanum, which opens the door between words. He opens the door. And Vite et Vite, life for a life. Now, invoking the hounds, Sabrina says, hounds of heaven, hounds of hell, hounds of earth, guardians of the door, we summon thee to help us resurrect the fallen sun. And then the group repeats, Nosi Varate, and on and on. And this invokes hellhounds to come up from the depths, and both Sabrina's friend with the cunning and Miss Warwell are very aware that this is happening. The dogs are coming up and ripping things apart and destroying things, bringing things back to the material realm. And the second stage is to open the door between worlds. We bow before the door that divides the world of living from the world of the dead. With humble gratitude, we ask that it be open. Aperi inum. He opens the door. And so this is to slice that curtain between the spirit world and the earth world. So a spell like this is more powerful at Halloween, going towards winter, as the veil is thinning out. And finally is the sacrifice. Unholiest of spirits, we offer a life for a life. Vite es vite, so the congregation, if you will, repeats Vite es vite while the spell continues. Almighty Dark Lord, who by all is to fire, thy power be thy path, thy will my desire. And this is seems to be a play on the Lord's Prayer, although it's very different than the Lord's Prayer in comparison. So, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I don't know if I repeated any of that, but really that really powerful thing. And there is a part of the Mass which is a little more like that than the Lord's Prayer now that I'm thinking about it. So as this kind of comes to fruition, they kill Agatha. The hounds are invoked. The door is opened. The price is paid in blood. Thomas Kinkle, who's Harvey's brother, who they're resurrecting, we entreat thee, rise, rise, rise. And they scream rise into the night. So they're doing this at night in the clearing where apparently all their witch rituals take place. And they've got an effigy and a circle drawn and a pentacle, candles lit all around, and they don't have Thomas Kinkle's body. It's in the mines. They should have Thomas Kinkle's body. So Tommy resurrects in the mines. Sabrina and her friends try to pull a fast one. They drop Agatha in the resurrecting grave. Agatha sort of comes back. The earth doesn't get its soul, and all hell ensues. Mainly a vampire like Thomas Kinkle that comes back, drinks blood, and in the next episode, Sabrina has to try to deal with this. There's a lot of interesting vampire references in Sabrina. How they're resurrected, how they're brought back. It's very, it's interesting because it seems to depend on vampire lore, but doesn't seem to follow it at the same time. Intriguing anyway. So, Agatha's soul leaves the body in about 13 minutes. The soul returns to Thomas in about 13 hours. Thomas zombies out of the mind, however he does. And that's pretty much the whole spell that they do. Crazy, horrifying, and fun to review. Thanks.